My name is Lena Carter, and for 3 years I worked at one of Boston's fanciest restaurants, the kind of place where the chandeliers sparkle, but the people's hearts don't. Every night, I wore a polite smile while serving those who barely noticed I existed. They snapped their fingers for refills, sighed if their steak wasn't perfect, and complained about things no one could control. The lighting, the music, even the air conditioning. But no table haunted me more than the Harringtons. Every Friday, without fail, they sat at table 9, like royalty visiting their throne. Martin Harrington, the powerful businessman, Diane, his picture-perfect wife, and their son Tyler, who thought arrogance was a personality trait. Tyler loved to make me the punchline of his jokes. "Come on, Lena, that frown doesn't match your uniform. Try smiling. Pretend you enjoy serving us." His friends would burst into laughter, and I'd force a polite grin, just to keep my job, though every time a little part of me chipped away. Then came that night. The Harringtons were celebrating another of Martin's successful deals. The wine was flowing, the laughter was loud, until Diane spilled red wine across her white designer gown. She turned to me with fury in her eyes. "You useless girl! Do you have any idea what this costs?" Everyone stared at me. I hadn't even been near her, but she needed someone to blame, and I was the easiest target. That night, I went home, took off my uniform, and cried quietly at the kitchen table. Not from humiliation, but from exhaustion. I realized I had been surviving, not living, and I swore that would be the last night I let anyone make me feel small. The next morning, I walked into work and handed in my resignation. Rick, my manager, blinked at the paper. "Lena, you can't be serious. You're one of the good ones." I smiled for real this time. "I know, Rick, that's exactly why I'm leaving." I sold a few things I owned, emptied what little savings I had, and enrolled in a culinary program I wanted to create, not just serve. The following months were brutal. I worked double shifts, studied late at night, and sometimes slept only 3 hours. There were days I thought of quitting, but every time I remembered Diane's voice calling me useless, I pushed harder. 2 years later, I opened my own little bakery, Carter's Corner. It wasn't glamorous. The oven was secondhand, the paint still smelled fresh, and I couldn't afford fancy decorations. But people came, and they kept coming. They said my pastries tasted like home. Then one morning, the bell above the door jingled, and in walked Diane Harrington. She didn't recognize me at first. She placed her order, polite but distracted, until I handed her the box. Our eyes met. "Lena Carter," she said slowly. "You're working here now?" "Not working, Mrs. Harrington owning." Her face froze, colour drained from her cheeks. "Oh, well, that's wonderful," she murmured. And behind her, Tyler, the boy who once mocked me. He looked down at the floor, silent. I tied their pastry box with a gold ribbon and handed it to them. "Enjoy," I said gently. "It's baked with something money can't buy, dignity." They left quickly. As the door closed, my assistant, Maya, peeked through the window. "That was the Harrington family, right?" I smiled. "Yes, but I don't need to prove anything to them anymore. They took my dignity once. Today, I earned their respect." That night, as I locked up and looked at my bakery's glowing sign reflected in the window, I felt peace. Because real revenge isn't loud. It's silent, calm, and beautifully unstoppable. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe.